the side of the road and then 15 miles to the left.
Love shack again. Heading down the highway. Looking for love to get away. Heading for love to get away.
I got me all with the girl mail and heading on down to the love shack. I got me quite started at the hot money, so hurry up and bring your shit on money.
The love shack is a little place where we can get together. Love shack, baby. Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack.
I'm there, now we move to the pop food and the love shack.
Sit way back in the middle of your funky old shack, and I gotta get that. Put her on the magic, put her on the highway, put her on the bus, put her on the highway. The love shack is a little place where we can get together. Love shack, baby.
Love shack, baby.
Love shack, that's where it's at. Love shack, that's where it's at.
Fucking it up, she's in bed, sitting out in bed, and even nothing will be good as nothing. The whole shack shimmy. Yeah, the whole shack shimmy. The whole shack shimmy, and everybody moving around and around and around and around.
Everybody's moving, everybody's moving.
Folks line up, that's not just to get down.
Everybody's moving, everybody's moving.
Fucking little shack, fucking little shack. Fucking my life is as big as a whale, and it's a monster set sail. Fucking game hard, you can see the bad boys around, and bring your jukebox money.
Love shack is a little place where we can get together. Love shack, baby. Love shack, baby, love shack. 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 Bang, bang, bang on the top of it. Bang, bang, bang on the top of it. Bang, bang, bang on the top of it.
Not a lot of sugar,
Bang, bang, bang on the top of it.
I can't pay you.
Bang, bang, bang on the top of it. Bang, bang, bang on the top of it. Bang, bang.
On the door, baby. On the door. On the door, baby. Door.
Rusty. Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack. Love shack, baby, love shack.
So that is Love Shack by the B-52s. I decided as the song was playing, I don't really want to play Rome because I don't even like that song. So I spent one day, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, writing down all the chapter names, and I am telling you this ahead. I'm going to combine Chapter 8, Chapter 9, and Chapter 10 because Chapter 8 and Chapter 9 are pictures. Then I'm going to be combining Chapter 31 and the finale, which is telling you guys about the sequel. Yes, there is a sequel to this book, and it is called What You Don't Know. So, in the last chapter, it is called Claustrophobia and a Roommate, and we meet apparently Jay's roommate. And Jay is the main boy in the story. We meet Jay's roommate, and he looks familiar. And I have not read this, so I believe it actually is Drake, the guy that he kissed at that party in the beginning. It was 10 at night before I saw him again when I came in the room. He smiled and waved. I looked up from my book, returning the wave. For a few minutes, I ran around the room, getting dressed for bed, or looking through some random papers, trying to mind my own business. I shook my head. He's not going to last long before. So, what you reading? I smiled. He smiled and plopped next to me on my bed. I smiled slightly, shutting the book and handing it to him. Back cover up. You can read the description if you want. It's just about some guy who hides all of his problems. He's always upset but never acts like it. I mean, he's really happy all the time, but he doesn't let people in. I shrugged. I'm only on page 22. He opened his mouth to say something, but paused for a moment. Tell me how it ends, okay? He smiled, handing it back to me. I nodded and looked around. He was trying to think of something to say weird. So, you're a bookworm and you don't talk much. Oh, and you think it's funny when I make sex noises, huh? I couldn't help but laugh. I laughed nervously, remembering how much fun I didn't have that night. I stared back down at the book, but I wasn't really reading the pages. I was just lost in thought. He got him to give me quiet time for reading, as he brushed his teeth, staring in the mirror as he fixed his hair. "Hey, Drake!" I instantly look over when I said his name. "Thanks for, like, that night. You were super nice by doing that," and he started to laugh and said he said muffled, with the toothbrush in his mouth, "No problem."
Jackson.
And he climbed into bed before turning the lights out. On his way back, he hit something on the frame of the bed and laughed painfully. "Night, Jay," he said.
Your hat came.
Thank God. Thank
You
you.
can open it if you want to. There's an-
I'm recording.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Minecraft Nerd 2233 is right here. I just
Sorry, I didn't know he was recording.
I finally just got my hat, so yeah, there will be a video on my main channel of that. So let's get back and you can leave now.
See ya, everybody.
Thank you.
Subscribe,
I'll put a link to your description.
like, and subscribe.
I'll put a link to his channel in the description box below.
I need to do more, so don't worry if it's not that much.
He stared, and into the bedroom was like, "No problem." And he climbed into bed after turning the lights off. On his way back, he hit something on the frame of his bed, laughing painfully. "Night, Jay," he said, as he continued laughing. I think now it was just our own stupidity. "Night," I said back. I smiled and allowed my eyelids to slowly fall. Well, the first few days at the boarding school were rough, even though I met a ton of people. It was hard to hold on to any friendships because everyone already had cliques and groups and never separated from I came here clean slate. I was extremely lucky that I got a roommate that I had at least seen before. Drake snuck around when he could. I learned that he's been attending the school for 2 years. He showed me around and introduced me to his friends, along with some people that I should never get tangled with. I don't know exactly what he meant by that, but I didn't question him. He was being so nice to me. There were hardly even enough opportunities for me to anyway. Drake almost never stopped talking, and if he wasn't thinking, he was laughing or getting me to laugh, which I have to admit he's pretty good at it. It had only been 2 months since school started, and he's already gotten me to start talking more. He's even got me to go swimming, which, well, I hate water. I was reading the same book during my free time. I hadn't had time to read it since the first night I got here because I had so much homework. Drake's almost never in the room when I'm doing homework. He says he'll be too tempted to start talking to me anyways. I literally only read half a page from where I left off when Drake burst in the room yelling, "Pool time!" He threw a towel at me that I was supposed to get from the hallway. I pretended not to hear him, but it was no use. He pulled me up and told me to go change. I was going to have some fun. He seemed so eager, I didn't want to let him down, so I grabbed my swim trunks, change, and his face lit up. He waited patient for me to change so I could hear him singing some peppy song on the other side of the door. It was one that I could hear him blasting before I walked in the room one night. Apparently a group of friends had been waiting for us because as soon as they saw us, one girl pulled me right into the water by my ankle. And honestly, it scared the hell out of me. My vision blurred and my heart raced. I came to the surface and got me inside the pool only to see Drake smiling and apologizing for not knowing I didn't like swimming. But I stayed anyway. I'm not sure why, but I did. Okay, question of the video. Do you guys like reading or not? I don't like reading unless it's a book that I am interested in, or if it's a book that has something to do with LGBT, or Joey Graceffa's book, Children of Eden. I never thought I would like it, but it was so, he's a cool guy. Joey Graceffa's amazing. I actually met him at Comic-Con a couple of years ago. He was amazing. and I got his book. Children of Eden. I bought it, and I want the sequel, even though I'm only on like chapter 3 of the book. But I'm trying to get through that. I'm gonna get and I bought the audiobook. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, gay is okay. Just ask the GSA. Mwah.